Peace, 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 family. It's the God Wilker Proof. Hey, Rue. Um, I wanted to bring some information um, on sex, and what I'm talking about sex. I'm talking about um, spiritual meditation sex. Okay, um, a higher form of sex, um, melanated levels of sex. You understand what I'm talking about? Cosmic levels of sex. And let me explain what I'm talking about. Okay. Um to even understand what I'm talking about, okay, you got to understand that you got to understand who the black woman is, okay? And like I said, this is no shout out towards no any other race or whoever it is, right? I'm just basically talking about the black woman or the melanated woman, okay? First you got to understand who she is and what she is, okay? Especially to the man, okay? Um, to understand that she was the first being on the planet. Um, she was on the planet for more than 40 million years before any man surfaced, or not surfaced, before she created us. Of course, we are nothing but a lesser woman, or what we call the masculine side of the woman. And when I mean masculine side of the woman, I'm talking about our penis is nothing but a clitoris, elongated clitoris. The same hole we pee out of is the same hole they pee out of. Okay, um, same thing with the ovaries. The ovaries is nothing but the balls in our sac under the penis. So I don't have to go on and on about that, about having that particular understanding that we are nothing but the masculine half of the feminine energy. Okay, we're talking about the black woman who brought life to the planet. Period. And when I mean life, I'm talking about the grass. I'm talking about the fruit. I'm talking about the trees. So when I mean life, I'm talking about life itself. Okay, so without trees, there's no oxygen. Okay, all right. So we have to understand who the black woman is, or the melanated woman, to even understand spiritual meditation sex. Okay, we got to understand that first and foremost. That's the number one thing. Okay, you got to understand what she carries between her legs. Okay, you got to understand the vagina, study the vagina. Okay, understand that the vagina brings life. Okay, understand, just really understand that the vagina brings life. Okay, understand that the vagina is a goddess itself. Okay, it has thoughts, it has frequencies, it has vibrations. Okay, so you have to really understand what and who the melanated goddess is, or the melanated woman is, or the black woman. Okay, before we you can even get into this particular level of understanding of spiritual meditation sex. Okay, all right. All right, to even understand that even the European understands this black woman. I mean, you go to any Catholic church on the planet, they're gonna have him worshiping a black Madonna. Okay, what they call a black Madonna and child. They're worshiping a black woman. Okay, why is that? Okay, because they understand that she's the beginning of everything. They understand that it is her that runs the universe. Okay, it is the melanated goddess that governs the universe. Okay, so you got to understand, once again, before you even get into this thing. Okay, understand what you're dealing with when you get in this bed. This is not just a woman. Okay, all right. This is not just another fuck, or what y'all want to call. Okay, yeah, I'm about to hit this thing, man. This and this and that and that. No, it's not even about that. Okay, all right. What I'm talking about is getting to higher levels of self for you. I'm talking about you actually reaching your Christ self. She's reaching her Christ self, reaching Kundalini energy rising, doing this particular act of sex. Okay, you got to understand this. You have to understand what you're dealing with and who you're dealing with. Okay, for instance, the ejaculation or the orgasm of the woman. Okay, the menstrual cycle of the woman. Okay, the white boy studied her so much to where he made um um he understood that the ejaculation and the menstrual. Okay, both of these particular um, um, chemicals, so to speak. Okay, purifies the body. Okay, all right. You could do, especially with the menstrual. Okay, there's high levels of magic you can do. Okay, with this particular menstrual. Okay, so the European, he understood this science of the black woman's vagina so much to where he created something called white wine and red wine. Okay, which you drink during dinner when you eating, right? Okay, the white wine represents the white wine represents the ejaculation or the orgasm, which is clear. Okay, all right. The red wine represents the menstrual cycle of that particular black woman or melanated goddess. Okay, so he knows who she is. He knows that she's on. It, she's not even a a damn regular being. You can't even put her in the same category with no other being on the damn planet, man. Okay, all right. She's in the category of her own. All right. Now, many of them don't know this about themselves, but that's why I do what I do. You have other people who do what they do, getting this information out to the people. But so hopefully y'all actually take heed to what I'm talking about. Okay, all right. So this particular goddess, okay, to understand her is to research her. Okay, get the deeper sciences of this particular black woman and who she really is. Okay, it's no coincidence that the government came up with the so-called um uh um what you call this, ISIS. I think that's the name of this particular group that's supposed to be killing people and all this kind of shit. You think it's a coincidence that they use the name of the melanated goddess Isis, the goddess Isis, okay, or Aset, which was the Egyptian or the Kemetic word. I mean the Kemetic name, and Isis was the Greek name. You think that was a coincidence? Okay, that they didn't want you to even fathom the thought of a melanated goddess. Okay, so they took the name and they turned it, made it look evil, huh? You think it's a coincidence that they didn't want you to know who this melanated goddess was, and when they took her from the Trinity, okay, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and it was the Father, the Son, and the Mother, okay, which the Mother always came first. You think it's a coincidence they did that? That He don't want you to know who she is and the powers of her? Okay, all right, the whole entire body. So I'm talking about something that's in depth, and you have to understand who and what this being is before you even attempt to actually having spiritual meditative sex. Okay, all right, gotta understand what you're dealing with here. He know. Okay, he know. Okay, this is the reason why you can find many black women across the country in high corporate spots. Okay, all right, and seven times out of ten, they were a European. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you this: some of them didn't automatically just choose this. Okay, some of them just so happened, it just happened that way. I understand that, some people love who they love. I don't got nothing against that at all. Okay, all right, but what I'm talking about in this corporate world, okay, is a reason why they got her up there, okay, so she can turn her back on her people and go get her one of these Zach Morris looking motherfuckers. Okay, all right, okay, because there's so many corporate black women. Okay, you gotta understand who puts out the highest graduation of college um percentage. Black women have businesses all over the country. Okay, all right, and a lot of them are dealing with black or dealing with white boys. Okay, like I said, I don't have nothing against it, but I'm just talking about the frequency. Okay, the vibrations between melanated people. Okay, this is the reason why they killed Marvin Gaye. Okay, Marvin Gaye was bringing the sexual energy to higher levels. Okay, black people were starting to make love, and what they say, make love not war, and they had to take him out. They say it was his father who did it. No, but there was somebody else in the room who actually pulled the trigger. Okay, they had to get it out of here because they understood the high levels of melanated sex. Okay, they understood this. All right. Okay, so you must understand who and what this being is. Okay, all right. Is a reason why they wanted you to look at ISIS as some kind of hate murderous group instead of looking at the goddess Isis, who actually sits on the council of mothers, who actually heads the council of mothers. Okay, that actually opens up the Bible, Genesis or Gen Isis, genealogy of Isis. The Bible opens up with the goddess Isis. Okay, all right. So you got to understand what we're talking about here, and this particular goddess, okay, is through all melanated women. Okay, melanated goddesses. Okay, divine beings. All right. So we must understand who and what we're dealing with before you get in that bed, man. Okay? So, once you have this particular understanding and you actually take the time out, okay, to understand candles and understand the purpose of candles and what certain candles can do, okay? Me myself, okay, this is a technique I thought of, and what it is it creates a vortex, okay, which is a portal, so to speak, okay. So what I would do is I would put a candle on each side of the head of the bed, okay. Put a candle, white candle, on each side of the head of the bed, and one candle at the foot. Okay, maybe at a table or something at the foot, creating what? A triangle, okay, which is the most spiritual shape in the universe. Okay, all right. And when you light that fire, okay, you're creating a portal. You're creating a vortex of energy, of vibration, of frequency. Okay, so when you start the process of kissing and all of this, okay, you basically laying the foundation of what you're gonna do. Okay, right? So once you lay this queen down on her back, all right, the first thing you need, the very, very first thing you need to do is get her to understand what's going on and where she needs to be focused. Okay, all right. So the first thing you say or you tell her is, look, I want you to imagine, okay, because I'm about to be down here, okay, kissing this goddess and licking this goddess, okay, for at least an hour, 2 hours, okay, all right. So I want you to understand. I want you to travel. I want you to imagine, okay. I want you to imagine yourself in the cosmos. Imagine yourself in the Sirius constellation. Imagine yourself traveling the cosmos, going to planets. Imagine yourself, because as I'm licking the clit and playing with the clit and doing what I do to please the goddess. Why? Because I studied the vagina. I understand the melanated vagina. Okay, so I'm doing um, um, what I like to call a little bit extra, okay, to please the goddess itself. I'm not even talking about her just yet. I'm talking about the goddess herself, the vagina, the black woman's vagina. That's the first thing I'm trying to please. Okay, then the woman comes. Okay, all right. So once I get the understanding that my intent is to please the vagina, okay, my intent is to make sure the clitoris has my undivided attention. Okay, all right. We must understand this. Okay, once we have this thing particularly in play, okay, our mind, okay, as the male, okay, understanding that, okay, look, I'm not dealing with no regular being here. I'm dealing with God. I'm dealing with God right now. Okay, so I have to treat this being as God. Okay, so I have to understand everything I do, it has to be done to perfection. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Okay, so before you even insert any penis or whatever it is, okay, okay, you are making sure that the vagina is at its most poised, at its most um 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 the frequencies, the vibrations is at an all-time high, because what you are attempting to do is to get the kundalini energy rising. Okay, and while you doing your thing and you already put her in her mind, you say, look, okay, once you start feeling a certain way, okay, just start to imagine. Just start to imagine. And as she imagining and you doing your thing, she traveling the cosmos all over the place. Her kundalini energy has rose to her crown chakra. Okay? So I'm talking about high levels of this thing. I'm talking about her getting to a level of her that she never even witnessed before. Okay? Alright? I'm not talking about no regular bullshit here. Okay, I'm not talking about a quick fuck, boom, it's over with, time to go to sleep. No, I'm talking about disappearing, man. Okay? I'm talking about when she goes into meditation. Okay, she can literally disappear. Okay, her consciousness can literally leave her body. This is the kind of shit I'm talking about. If you understand what I'm saying, it can literally leave her body. Okay? Because it's endless. Constellations, all across the galaxies. Just it's endless, 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 endless. I've heard people telling me there's planets that's just full of flowers, roses, all kind of stuff. There's a planets that just people just sing all day. Birds sing, animals sing, people sing. Just it's just so much out there that when you give her that intent, when you teach her, okay, God, listen, this is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to focus on. Okay, and when you do this, okay, now as a man, your pleasure is, okay, once you get the understanding that you're dealing with God, okay, all right, once you get that understanding that you're dealing with God, okay, once that happens, okay, your intent helps your kundalini rise. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, all right. Once you get her in that particular state of mind, okay, then you can enter. Once you enter, okay, you're talking about something totally different. And I'm not talking about no smash, smash, smash. No, 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 no. I'm talking about entering. Okay? And as you going in and out, but when by the time you enter, you can do the same thing. Disappear. Imagine. Okay? Imagine. Because she's going to be on a whole other planet. And it's time for you to join her. Okay? So I just wanted to touch on that tonight, family, just to give you a different understanding of melanated sex, the frequencies, the vibrations that we can bring to one another, the levels that we can get to, crazy, crazy levels. Okay, crazy levels. Okay, I didn't even mention there's a goddess named Lakshmi. Okay, you can even call on you can even call on this particular goddess Lakshmi, who's a goddess of love. Okay, all right. And when you call on this particular goddess, she enhances, okay, your spiritual sex even higher. Okay, all right. So I'm talking about high, high levels of sex, just not fucking. Okay, all right. We are melanated cosmic beings. Okay, we have levels that we haven't even touched yet. Okay, all right. So this is the God Will Kapru, Heru, bringing some more information to you. Peace and love, family.